It started with a city above and a city below. One bleached by the sun, weathered and decayed. The other held wonders and artifacts of life before the fractured void. Your adventure is called forward with a simple call for aid. What path you choose will shape how the story is told. Will your path lead you into the mist and forest? Or have you delved into the ruined city of Byway, searching for ancient artifacts and ciphers? Will you grow close to those who live in the city, or strive for power?
Hope everyone's doing well tonight. If you're watching in the future, we hope you're doing well in the future as well. Leave us a comment and let us know how the future is, because I don't know, maybe we just suddenly figured out time travel. You never know. Tonight, we are embarking on episode 9 of Numenera Stars in the Stone. We are nearing the end, y'all. We only have 15 episodes in this mini-series, so I am excited to see where everything kicks off to next. As always, if you'd like to affect our game, you can do so with your bits and your subs. All that information is down below in the About Me section. Just look for the Stars in the Stone section. You can also use your channel points. So if you don't have the means to affect this game financially, we understand. You can give us some really neat stuff that isn't game breaking with your channel points as well. Just hang out with us for a while. And also, if you would, you know what, let's just get it out of the way now. If you need somewhere to keep your notes, if you're tired of straining your eyes, looking at a Google Doc week after week, month after month, if your brain does not process the information as you type it and you would prefer to write it out instead, because, you know, for some folks like myself, I don't remember what I type, but I remember what I write. Rook and the Raven has you covered. They have player journals and DM planners and atlases for a whole slew of TTRPG games, twinsies. And they are a wonderful company run by wonderful people. I cannot recommend them enough. Use code HYPEGOBLIN to get 15% off your total order. And yeah, just, you know, leave them a message. Tell them that I sent you. Tell them that, you know, what your favorite color is and that you hope they have a great day. With that, I'm going to go ahead and kick off our intros. Hey, everybody. My name's Sarah. I will be playing Clever Jack, who is our Clever Jack, and we both use she, her pronouns. Also, I went up a tier. She is now tier 2.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma, and I will be playing Hyacinth, our resident, needlessly sarcastic nano, who is also tier 2 now, so should not be trusted under any circumstances. I use she, they pronouns. Hyacinth needs to stay here.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Velvet, and I'll be playing Ashlot, who is still bringing up the rear at a tier 1. Someday I'll figure out how to go up a tier, but not today.
And I am Jen. I am your storyteller for this evening, and thank you for the bits, J-Bob, and the subscription out to one of our community members. We appreciate you. Now,
And as that one community member, thank you.
we appreciate everything that is able to go towards the Trevor Project here. Thank you very much. Now, we'll jive, why not? Dive into the story with a quick recap into everything and everyone and what is this world about. Chapter 9, The Above. Through the glaring of sunlight, one can come to surmise the moments of their life they find incomplete, where they wish they have wandered down a different path. There are also moments where one can regret the paths they know were right and come to hate them. Choice is always a fickle thing. None of us are neutral when choosing the fates of others. After taking shelter in Tamsin's house, the party invites Nate over for dinner. There, they learn more about the strange businessman, larger connections to the plot at hand. The party realizes that they have to reach out to HELIX IV to find this next star, but at a considerable cost. They must choose to either let HELIX keep their energy source or to let HELIX IV pass into the beyond. During this search for a greater truth, they encounter dimensional beings bleeding through another space into their own, seemingly held back by the presence of HELIX IV. During this dive into another dimension, a locked dimension, as they came to realize, they meet the creator of HELIX IV, Ian. Eventually, with some guidance, they are able to escape, repower HELIX IV, and find their way home. And as they find their way home, weary and tired, what is my players doing as they enter back into the below?
Jack is trying to look as nonchalant as possible and absolutely failing. She might as well just be like a cartoon character walking around with a giant bush, but her legs are sticking out of the bottom of it. Yeah.
Harrison's just kind of still a little dazed after everything that happened and the whole, jumping in a lake made of time thing. Yeah, they're not sure where they're at.
Similarly, Ashlot is kind of processing everything.
It's a lot to process. Dimensional ghosts are weird, is the best description. Crocodile's unfazed. They don't seem bothered by anything in the world. If anything, they probably have the attitude of a bearded dragon, just kind of chilling.
They are unflappable.
Yes. They will bob their heads at you, but that's about it. But where are you go? Yeah.
I was going to say they could easily be mistaken for just vacuous, but no, they're just quite the opposite, very wise.
Yeah, exceptionally wise, just not always there when being perceived. But where are you going?
Where should we? Where should we go? I think my apartment is out of the question.
I feel like there isn't much of a place anywhere anymore where somebody isn't watching us.
Well, we could go to Tamsin again. They don't seem to really mind all the BS that's going on with us. And their liquor cabinet is very well stocked.
This is true.
Yeah, right?
I tried to work on that, but it's still true.
Yeah. Oh, we should go retrieve your bedroom whiskey.
And they'll just pull it out of their satchel. What do you take me for?
Travel whiskey. Nice.
Yeah. All whiskey's travel whiskey.
You're not wrong. Our other option would be Nate.
think at this point it comes down to who do we trust, and then I remember that that's no one.
At least Nate is in the same boat as us, and we know they can handle themselves.
Yeah, I mean, Nate is a guide AI, so it's his job to help us, ish, kind of. I think guide us, leave wisdom nuggets. I don't. I'm still very unclear of what it is the guide AIs do, because they seem to do nothing.
Basically nothing until they decide they want to.
Until they just yeah. Yeah. So
Oh my god, saying it like that, was my dad a guide AI? Another question for another time.
I don't know. I don't know your dad.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. My mother definitely wasn't, because she has an opinion on everything and she has no problem telling anyone what to do. So I guess we could, I don't know, I think our only option is really Tamsin. Unless we want to go head for the surface, but I think the Declisians could still get us there.
I mean, if we went to Knights, that means we don't actually have to go into the city proper.
That's true.
We just kind of take the long way around.
I guess let's head for the shop.
Okay.
All right.
You head for the shop, traveling along the outside of the large obsidian wall that kind of curves along this strange cavernous path. Much like a teardrop, you can still see the Tower of Thought looming high above the tower of the city walls, casting its ever strange shadow across the city. But eventually you do reach Nate's shop, and the doors open and you see him kind of sweeping dust out of it. The shop's back in order, everything's neat and tidy once more. As you approach, he turns with a broom in hand, looks you all over, quirks an eyebrow, and says, "Well, I didn't expect you here. I'm woefully underprepared for our guest."
I mean, we've been woefully underprepared for the last few days, and we seem to be getting through it fine, so deal.
Yeah, yeah. We probably would have gone to Tamsin's, but, you know, didn't want to enter into the city. So, congrats, you're second best.
Right. Come in. I have coffee and biscotti, I guess.
Thanks.
He'll sweep himself into the shop and kind of make a pot of coffee, and you hear him kind of mumbling to himself as he gets some cups out, looks for some unbroken ones, hear him toss one over his shoulder, breaks against the wall behind him, and the smell of strong but very flavorful coffee kind of reaches your nose as plates of biscotti are laid out before you. Don't eat it all at once. It's
It's what?
yeah.
Is it poisoned? Did you poison it? Are you trying to kill
No.
us?
No.
If you're trying to kill us, you have to tell us. Them's the rules.
That is the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I don't, but all right.
See? Nate doesn't even know the rules,
And
It's disgraceful.
right?
Who
There's
are you
just-
right now, Nate?
There's just a big shit-eating grin on Jack's face.
Nathaniel says hello. I'm your host as he recharges, so you're only going to get part of me today.
Oh. Well, we got another glittery thingy.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
And what are you going to do with it?
Ah,
Kind of been the question this whole time, hasn't it?
yeah. I have a feeling that no matter what we do, it's going to ultimately end up in us finding rage. So there's that.
Yeah,
Always
I feel like we're
defended your
probably on that
quest.
radar now.
I'm sorry, Nate, what was that?
But always abandon your quest, and being on a radar of an AI is not always a bad thing.
Oh. Are you saying you're enjoying watching us?
I'm not an AI, but yes.
No, but you interact with one quite regularly, and they're just currently napping.
Oh, that's right. He turns around. Pam! As he claps his hands, and Pam floats up from the basement. New chassis, new build. You're right. I do interact with an AI now.
Pam. Hello.
Hello. Greetings.
Jack is just gonna give Pam the stink eye. Well,
I'd say new name, new you, but honestly, you change one consonant, it doesn't get you off that easily.
I'm kind of tilt their head. I liked it better than my old name.
Yeah, that's very fair. But my point stands.
Pam, can you still talk to these stars?
Yes, they're very loud.
Can you translate what they're saying?
No, song is untranslatable.
Can you talk to them?
I do not want to defray my circuits.
Great, great, great. Well, what's our next move to find anxiety, other than just standing around and being overly anxious ourselves?
Break. Gather your resources. See what you can do with what you have. What do you know? Who do you know?
We know you.
I'm not helping beyond this.
Yeah, you say that
Yeah,
now.
we'd assumed.
Mhm. Well, we have Helix IV. We have the lovely Jean de Clissian. Um,
The glowing eyes.
yeah, we have the glowing eyes. Tamsin.
I guess we could ask she who speaks, or I would not do that.
Why?
It knows. You know, I've never been on board with this whole head of the watch thing.
Well, yeah, but I don't know that they're necessarily any better than the glowing eyes or any worse.
I vote for the glowing eyes.
We should take them some fabric samples.
Do you have any fabric samples?
No, but we could get some from the market. There's one outside the walls. I'm just saying, y'all could have a coat as snazzy as this one, and Jack will pop her collar on her jacket that the glowing eyes made her.
Hyacin will say nothing, just stare directly at her and pop the collar on the very nice coat they've been wearing this entire time.
Ask for a hat then. Or scarf. Mittens. A festive pair of pants.
Trousers.
I wonder if they can do shoes.
I mean, they basically wove a tapestry into a robot the last time we were there, so I think they can probably stretch to shoes.
Maybe. All right, well. Do we think the glowing eyes could handle talking to these things?
I have
I think
no
so.
idea.
Okay, so we're gonna mark that down as a maybe.
I mean, the
Strong
everything
maybe.
about them has been a maybe this far.
I feel like everything about everyone's been a maybe at this point, and
Yeah.
if I could just get some solid yes and no answers at some, that would just be so refreshing, you know?
It would be nice to miss those.
Yeah. All right. Well, didn't really use up any of the rations that I packed, so don't need any of those.
Just a query. Have you tried talking to them?
Yes, then they ignored me. Until I put all three of them together in Tamsin's office.
Mm.
We haven't done that with 4 of them, have
No. We could try with all of us here.
we? Yeah. I mean, sure. I feel like we're putting everything on the whims of a random unknowable AI, whatever we do. So why not this one?
Yeah, why not?
All right. If you got them, get them out of your pockets. Jack will take out 2 of them and set them on the table.
Oh, you're going to do it in my shop, which I conduct business in.
Well,
Shop where I
can we use your
do
basement?
my. You're going to do it in my shop, where I conduct business and have a livelihood.
Yes.
Where
and
else are we
they'll
supposed to
just
go, Dee?
immediately take the other 2 out, slap them down.
Nate, where do you expect us to go? Okay, we need someone to watch our backs while we do this.
Oh, I'm not the person to do that.
Well, you want to go get Nathaniel?
No, he's charging. He's sleeping.
For how long?
2 more hours.
Where's your phone?
He grumbles and goes to his kitchen and points.
Jack's gonna take the phone off the receiver and call Tamsin.
It rings for a few moments before you hear a voice say, Tamsin's residence, how can we help you?
Is Tamsin there?
There's a pause and you hear a shout, Sister Tamsin, are you here? And you hear, in the kitchen. And then you hear, she's here. They're here. We're here. We're all here. 4 of us.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's all right. We're having potluck. Want to come over?
No, you know what? Just have a good night.
Okay.
Hangs up. Okay, so we're doing this without anyone watching our back. Nate, don't get yourself killed.
I try not to, but all right.
Yeah. Oh,
And don't get us killed.
yeah. Can we use the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. If the Declisians come, then start squawking like a peacock.
Nate, you seem kind of consider this for a moment. He's
Jack's
like,
already walking downstairs. He'll figure it out.
You walk downstairs, the basement, chilled, cold. Yes, you remember it. It's organized, orderly. The machine that translates the data cube has been pushed to one side to make space and kind of open the room up a bit more. The door that leads to the cells is shut and it seems to have a padlock on it. And you have the cozy couch in front of the fireplace, some what looks like be plates of what would have been a dinner at one point.
Okay.
I'm going to go and
What?
just see if I can hear anything through that locked door to the cells. Kind of
Yeah.
interested to know if there are people in there.
Roll perception, hearing, something along those lines.
That is a 12.
Well, with a 12, you don't hear much, maybe the occasional rattle of the door, but you think it's because of the draft coming from upstairs.
Yeah. Wonder what happened to the guests who were here last time.
I don't want to know.
Can't relate, I do.
It's floating eyes.
Yeah, we took them all with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We've seen so many people lately, they were such a blur together.
I mean, there's always the chance that Nate could have found more guests or been attacked by more guests. I don't want to think about that right now. Okay, so
That's fair.
you four want to talk to us four? Holds all of the stones out to everybody. I don't know how we do this. Do we all have to touch?
Yeah. I'll reach in and just kind of grab them at the same time.
Okay. Making a quick note. Okay.
I love it when the GM makes a note. It never means anything bad.
It's okay, guys.
Is it?
I know.
I love it when the GM says it's okay. It never means anything bad.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. As you collectively kind of gather these stones together, each holding one and kind of pressing them against each other so they kind of kiss. These stones start to glow. And there's a soft, radiant ripple of golden light that kind of waves and pulsates from them around you. It's warm and welcoming and seems to hold the space around you in a comforting manner. And you watch almost as if the seasons around you are changing and the walls kind of break down, and you see this vision kind of push into your peripheral before it kind of surrounds you. And there's a moment of memory that isn't entirely yours. Something from a past that you're seeing through eyes that are not yours. You see the lush green fields. You see the high-rise mountains. And then you turn, and where the dome that covers the Aberfell, the above, where that should be, is a beautiful, opulent white building. High, tall skyscraper holding this space of importance. And across it, you just see Dimensional Tech Labs and beautiful letters. This space doesn't exist in your world. At least not anymore. And the fields were on fire. And the ages came crashing down. The world broke and fractured beneath your feet. But you're not in the field. You are standing upon sand. A ruinous landscape of desert and gasping life that cannot find purchase. You see a vault. It's red limestone, carved neatly with precision. You see a black door with the simple name of Emily. And you see a fold gate connecting these two spaces before you see an enormous upside-down black obsidian pyramid forming in the sky, and reality breaks and shudders. And Hyacinth, you see your family. And you see something in the garden that wasn't there before. A fold gate. Being polished, neatly erected, and put up as if a proud trophy has been discovered. And the vision ends, pulling you back into the space of the cold and damp basement.
What?
Whose house
How
was that?
That was my house.
Oh, you got a nice house.
Yes, thank you.
You're
My
welcome.
mum built it. Those were my parents. Why are these showing us my family now? Fields on fire. Fine. I'm used to that by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen that a few times.
What?
Maybe there's some wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff happening in the garden at your house. You can go check it out.
I mean, sure, it'll mean going up above again, but yeah, we should. Why would they be in that? This seems not the kind of thing that have anything to do with.
Maybe they don't have anything to do with it and they don't know what they have?
That would be a lot more in character.
Also, how much do you want to bet that that upside down pyramid thingy that we saw is the Oblivion Observatory?
Yeah.
It looked...
That looks like it would be called that.
Yeah. It looked a little ominous, foreboding.
Yeah.
Slightly sexy.
Yeah, if I was making a building where 50% of its name was the word oblivion, it'd probably look like that.
Right? Kind of want to go touch it.
Maybe let somebody else touch it first.
Good call.
That sounds like a volunteer.
You are the professional stuff toucher. It worked out well for you last time. I mean, look how gorgeous you are. Maybe this
All the
time...
more reason not to touch anything new. Wouldn't want to mess with perfection as it is.
Maybe this time you'll come back just encrusted in gemstones. You never have to pay for anything with money ever again. You could just grab a gemstone and just...
Tempting.
All right.
It is also the Oblivion Observatory. I'm gonna just get Oblivion.
That could mean a lot of things too, though. Okay.
And I mean, even if you were covered in gemstones, would you want to pay for things with them? Like, would you want to pay for things with your skin?
I mean,
Did it grow back? Like,
maybe.
There are dimensional people who do that. As Nate sets down a pot of tea.
Hi, Nate.
You were right. We did need somebody watching our backs.
Yep. All right. Well, so we have to go up above. Do we want
Oh
to take...
no, you have to leave my establishment and not come back for a while. Oh no.
What time of day is it?
Afternoonish.
When would be the best time to go back? Your place, Hyacinth. You want to go during the day when everyone's awake, or you want to go at night?
I mean, at this point, feel like me sneaking into my parents' house at night is just cliche. Why not try it in the middle of the day?
All right, fair enough. Crash here. Start out in the morning.
You want to sleep in my bed? Okay? They're rats, but have fun. I'm gonna go home.
Honestly, make up your mind now. Just a minute ago, you were like, oh no, they'll have to leave. And now we don't have to leave. Aren't you just appreciating our company?
I think the rats will appreciate your company. I get to go home.
I'm gonna make friends with rats.
Please do. They're loud.
She's going to teach them to be louder.
He wrinkles his nose at you.
Tamsin was having a party. They didn't invite me.
No, their home is more of a stopover rather than a party house, from what I understand. I don't think it's you. I think it's just Tamsin's obligation to the watch.
Thank you for your insight, normally Captain Cranky Pants.
I don't want our dear friend to be misunderstood.
So you and your wife throw any parties?
No, we don't.
And as she asks that, Hazen's just gonna look hard at Nate. Their eyes flash a little bit, and I would like to use mind reading on account of that's an ability I have now.
Hey,
Sure.
Gotta read those minds.
Yeah. Make a roll for it.
That is not a roll. That is just I spend my intellect points.
Oh,
I
right,
can
right.
read a target I can see, surface thoughts for about a minute.
Okay.
But what if
Thing
someone
with-
has no thoughts and just vibes? Do you have a vibe check in your repertoire?
No, but then we
Vibe
will be
check.
friends.
I will say Jack is probably asking more leading questions about the wife, using this as an opportunity to try and figure out more, not knowing that she's potentially helping Hyacinth.
Yeah. Nate is occupied, their body is occupied by two beings. Nathaniel, the AI, and Nate, the human. Cyborg being hijacked by an AI is not unusual. It happens now and then if the security isn't up to code. So you get two conflicting thoughts. One of deep amusement that he's being asked who his wife is, and a second thought of, boy, if only the eyes could see us all. Then you get a secondary thought from Nate of, I made the coffee too bitter. I should have added more cinnamon. That was my fault. Cinnamon's scarce. Why is it so expensive? And he goes on this thought tangent of how expensive cinnamon is.
Coffee was great, Nate. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I do perfect it.
Does your wife like coffee?
No. Not really.
Tea drinker?
Not really.
Beer?
No.
Not much of a drinker at all?
No.
Completely dehydrated. Got it.
Nate just looks amused. And before your kind of your thing ends, Hyacinth, you hear from Nathaniel. What kind of person is completely dehydrated? It'd be all wrinkled.
Moisturize me. once seeing that this is gonna go nowhere, Jack's just gonna look for a place to bunk down for the night.
As you do so, Nate will lay out some snacks and stuff, blankets and pillows. He will give an amused chuckle as he sets down what looks to be a fresh pitcher of water, nice and cold. And he'll say, "One last guess, and I'll give it to you for free out of curiosity if you put everything together." She is the boss of somebody you know. And Nate gives a wink before he heads upstairs.
She's the boss of someone we know. It's not. Okay.
Hyacinth will just go, "Oh," and then elaborate no further.
What? What do you know?
Wasn't it obvious?
No. Who is it?
All right then.
Tell me. 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 Jack is gonna, as Jack goes over this, she has Hyacinth by the lapels and is nose to nose, just going, "Tell me. Tell 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 me. Please."
You want to back off the...
Yeah, sure. Tell me.
Tamsin's boss?
Who's Tamsin's boss?
That
She who
real-
speaks?
Yeah.
How does that work?
No.
Who's Tamsin's boss?
Suddenly I'm double checking my notes, but
This is also Sarah asking. I don't know.
no. No, I had that the wrong way around entirely. Cool.
Excuse me while I go back through my notes.
Crocodile issues a quack like a duck and curls up next to you, Ashla.
Well, that's a new one.
I will hold my son close, but also be ready because they don't do that often.
Do you
I'm
think
going
it's
to
a
use the
librarian?
distraction to go and lie down.
All right. He's like down. My friend's not Tamsin's boss.
I know, that's the only other person that Jack can think of.
Like you all can get your 10 hours rest. Make sure you mark that, pull anything up you need to pull up, reset your stats and stuff if you need to. Ashla, you do get a artifact, so if you're into the Roll20, I'll give you that. Yep.
Ooh, I am.
Cancel. Yeah, that's what I want. There we go. Okay. Morning will rise and you're not greeted with the smell of coffee or fresh baked goods. Nate does not cook here in the morning unless he's having particular guests over. He seems to have left you in the basement and has shut the door to his shop.
We may not have prepared an exit strategy here. Jack, can you get us out?
Can I get us out?
Yeah. Man's locked us in the basement.
Jack's gonna try the doorknob.
Nate doesn't trust you.
I mean, when you that.
I'd like to try and pick the lock.
All right.
Is that a speed roll?
Yes.
And Soviet Numenera luck pick you.
No! GM intrusion. Whoops.
As you go to pick the lock and you feel your picks kind of break in the lock, the door becomes a vibrant blue and you see electricity spark across it, and your hand becomes stuck to the door.
This is all part of the lockpicking process, right?
No. Nope, this is not.
Make me a speed defense roll. It's going to be a 5, as it is a difficult thing.
Oh, I am trained in speed defense things. You said it at a 5?
Mhm.
So the training drops it to 4.
It'll do that automatically.
Right.
Just put
Oh,
the
it
5
does?
in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I put it as a 4. You want me to redo that? Well, I failed. I'll take the failure.
Alright. You feel yourself starting to be pulled into the door.
Y'all? Help! I'm kinda...
You heard her, Ashla. Cut her hand off.
No, don't cut my hand off! I mean, you could. Just make sure you have a tourniquet handy first, and also that you can call medical attention, because, you know... I don't know, robot hand might be cool, but help!
I'd like to try to free Jack.
Sure. Make me
Aw.
a strength defense roll.
Strength defense?
Yep.
Is that just might?
Yes.
All might? Hey, not bad. 15 for those at home.
Yeah, you're able to pull Jack from being consumed further by the door, but you weren't able to pull them completely free. Jack, you Angela kind of crowded into space, and you get the sense this is probably part of the defense Nate puts up as a way to protect his shop.
Does this appear to be a machine?
More of a cipher rather than machine in itself. It's a clever way of deterring thieves.
Well... Now what?
Fine, I'll take a look at it.
Okay, please.
And yeah, so they're just gonna examine the door.
Yeah, it's
See
a
if
bit
there's-
difficult as Ashalot's very large and beautiful. Clever Jack's very up against the door, being held by Ashalot, and you kind of have to jungle gym your way through a couple bodies to get to the door.
All right, just what's up? Hi. Okay.
You know, in another context, this might be romantic.
And in the context of you being eaten by a door, I can go.
I didn't mean that part, but yeah. If you can just unstick me, please.
See what I can do. And yeah, they're just going to start poking around in the door, see if there's any kind of obvious Numenera mechanisms or otherwise that make sense to them.
Yeah, you can make me a cipher roll.
I roll understanding Numenera on that, yeah?
Yeah, that would work.
Sweet. Difficulty?
3.
Wow. Wow. So that is a 2. So even with their skill bringing the difficulty down, that is a still straight fail. Wow.
Nate is far more clever than you've given him credit for, especially with this particular door. And between the three of you, kind of wedged in this hallway, you're kind of well and truly stuck. Because if you maneuver your way out, you'll just fall down the stairs. So you'll probably have to wait for Nate to open the door.
Okay, so good news, bad news time. Good news, you're going to have some good company for the next couple of hours.
Bad news?
Couple of hours. Look, I don't know. It's
Okay, so basically, Ashlot just has to keep pulling on me to keep me from going into the door.
Basically.
Okay. Well,
you good holding out for the next couple hours? Cause I got nothing.
I can literally do this forever.
no.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I don't know what
How-
should we do? Sing a
How
song?
big is this door?
No.
Standard door. And with Jack in front of it, there isn't a whole lot of space to push past it.
As I'm holding it, can I sick Crocodog at it?
Is that something you want to try?
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
Hang on, let me prep my next wig.
I will need from you, Ashalot, to roll me a d20 plus 3.
D20 plus D? Okay.
Clever Jack, I will need you to make me a speed defense roll.
Okay. Okay.
Hyson, you need to make this roll as well.
That is a 3. Or so a total of 6.
Okay.
Rolls an 11.
And rolled a 4. Why can I not roll double digits today? I swear to God.
Yeah. Hyson, you'll take the full 3 points of damage. And Clever Jack, you'll take 1 from your pulls. As Crocodog is able to crack the door, but in doing so has damaged your friends, Ashalot, as this is more of a cone effect rather than a beam effect.
Gotcha. Okay.
Have I been dislodged?
You're still stuck in that door.
Ow! Let's not, please. Thank you.
Now we know.
Yeah.
You said you could do that literally forever, and you thought a better thing was having your black hole dog eat part of my leg.
Didn't realize the radius on that. I was kind of thinking beam, less cone.
You know what? It was a good idea. Good thought. We'll work on it for next time.
You couldn't have checked how the radius was on anything that wasn't,
Your leg grows back. I don't.
I mean, we're assuming my leg grows back. I've never had it eaten by a black hole before.
I can say
You'll
from
be fine.
experience, my leg does not grow back.
Parts of it.
Parts of my leg? No, that was attached by someone else. That didn't grow back. That was like a third-party operation that happened. That was not... Yeah. Did not... Got that in a chop shop operating room. So, yeah. Fun times. I don't work with...
Make me another strength. defense roll. As you'll be here for the next 2 hours.
Just wanted to go to sleep.
Oh my god, why? That was a 3. Oh,
Yeah,
I
Jack,
haven't
your
set
arm.
the dice lords.
You slip a bit further into the door, Jack, as Ashalot's grip kind of slips for a moment, and you feel you're up to your elbow now.
All right, if I die, someone take my apartment and just feed the mice from time to time. They can fend for themselves for the most part, but you know, they're the I call him Gus Gus. He's the kind of chunky brown one, bigger than the others. They tend to bully him a little bit. I give
We'll
him...
take care of your mice and lizards.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I
They
mean, the
said
lizards
not.
don't need anything, but the mice need something. Well, mostly it's just Gus Gus, but I mean, thank you.
You
But also
feel
don't let me
something
die.
tickle the palm of your hand, clever Jack.
Ah! Why? Can I close
What?
my fist?
You can.
Does it feel like I've gone through the door? Do I feel air?
You feel air, and after a real moment, you feel a hand kind of tickle yours and a chuckle as the door opens and your arm dislodges.
when I feel that tickle, the fan just flips the bird.
See, you've encountered my door.
Yeah. Thanks for finally coming and letting us out. Also, would I have just popped out on the other side?
Kind of.
Well, what does kind of mean?
Kind of.
What does kind of mean, Nate?
You got a chance. Kind of.
What would have happened to me?
If I in the shop didn't recognize you as a friend, you would be spaghetti. I don't feed people spaghetti.
I'm offended, but also that's really fucking cool, and I want a door like that.
The fact that you felt the need to tell us that you don't feed us people spaghetti, that worries me more than you not saying anything. You know that, right?
Sure.
Did you bring any breakfast?
No.
Rude. You had company over.
In my shop. Coffee's on the table.
I hope your wife has better manners than you.
She does.
Jack's gonna go get coffee.
Aside from disrupting my door, did you sleep well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was fine up until we decided to leave.
Yeah.
Couldn't have
Yeah.
mentioned the whole locking us in your basement thing.
Honestly, I forgot.
I'm not convinced, but sure.
I trained one of your rats to run around the table in a circle.
Fantastic.
Yeah. They'll do it for one of the little soup crackers.
Great.
All right. Well,
There's spatial damage on my door as he kind of runs his hand on the side of the door you were on.
yeah. Well, we panicked and tried to get me out of it. So, sorry. Is what it is.
Right. Grab your coffee and go. I have work to do.
Jack will grab her coffee and go.
Have fun. Don't die.
Is that coming from you or Nathaniel?
Neither of us. It's
Rude.
just sentiment.
And just on their way out, Hyacinth's gonna just again take one of the coffees and absolutely shotgun it back while staring Nate in the eye, just to make a point.
Not my tongue you're burning.
I don't know what you mean.
Here you go, Ashlot. I made you biscotti for your dog thing, coffee for you, and a little treat of a ham sandwich with that mustard you really like.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Ashlot's never been rude to me, so they get a sandwich.
You know,
I can't eat
Ashlot.
it though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know that Ashlot doesn't eat, right?
I know. That's why the dog can have the sandwich.
Can I have the sandwich?
No, it's for the dog.
I'm not asking
Yeah, that's
you.
Crocodog.
Hey, Crocodile, can I have your sandwich?
Big black.
I
Why
think that
is
was
it
a yes.
quacking?
I don't know. I kind of
I'll
like it
split
though.
it with you.
Okay, that's fair. So, straight to the surface?
I guess. Time to go home.
Do we want to go on record or off record?
I mean, I've got more money now, and I've already had one thing try and eat part of me. I would feel like if we go through the tunnels, that list will go up.
Might as well go on record. They're watching us anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, fine. We really need to make some money at some point.
Just do more crimes.
Look, doing crime is not working out well for us. I don't know if you've been tracking the party so far.
Speak for yourself. I've still got the money Nate paid us in the first place.
Yeah, I am. The fact that neither of us have to really eat or need board.
I'm so jealous. Walking and talking.
All right. You go back through the city and you have to buy passports or transport ports to get up through the surface to access the 8th tunnel feed, basically. It's like a toll road, more or less. You have to pay a fee.
How much is it per person?
8 shins, as it was when you tried to come down here.
Oh, we successfully came down here.
Yeah.
We didn't try.
Well, once everything is paid and everything is ready, you're able to travel up the elevator or lift, take the stairs if you really wanted to, travel through the 8th tunnel feed and through the kind of narrow space that allows you access back out onto the surface. As you kind of hit the surface, there's this overwhelming feeling of fresh air, bird song, and bright light, as you've been in the dark for quite a while, and the lack of these things you're experiencing now is a bit overwhelming. You have a bit of a sensory overload.
Jack takes out a pair of circular purple lens glasses. Puts them on. Home sweet home.
Basils just kind of stood with the head back for a second, just looking up into the sky and just didn't think I missed it.
I still don't. I don't particularly care for it. Too many things can fall from it.
I mean, things can fall from a cave roof as well, especially if somebody decides to start letting off bombs in caves.
Yeah, but at least then you know to run.
To another part of the cave,
Yep.
which is still under the same roof.
Maybe. They might be separate structures.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Straight to your family? Somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only place we can go. And believe me, this means a lot coming from me because I really don't want to, but I guess we got to find out what that was about.
Yeah. Well, at least it'll be fun for me.
Glad that makes one of us.
So are there any topics we should steer away from?
To be honest, I think they got used to pretty much anything when I turned up at home
Mm-hmm.
a long time since.
Okay.
They've probably seen weirder.
Cool. Talking about nothing but religion and politics. Got it.
I mean, that does sound like most of my days there, so yeah, you'll fit right in. And yeah, they'll just start leading the way.
Right. You lead the way, Hyson, and you kind of head out of the city walls and more towards the high-end area, more of the houses that kind of sit in the hills against vineyards and what looks to be the rise of the mountains to the far north. And eventually you come to this space of a gorgeous mansion, well established, gated off, beautiful gardens that you can kind of see into. And as you approach it, there is a gate attendee at the front.
What's the security system like here?
I wouldn't risk it if I was you. Actually, no. If I was you, I probably would. I've met you. And they'll just walk up to the guy, Jeremy, I'm back.
Jeremy looks up from the book they're reading and looks to you, Hyacinth, quirks an eyebrow. Oh, your parents are looking for you. As he closes his book with a snap. They're not thrilled.
What else is new?
Well, they didn't particularly like when the sisters came to their house announcing that you broke into the Underdarks or the Below. And, you know, I've been a menace ever since. That was a fun report to fill out.
I mean, you say that, but I think they all thought I was a menace before that. So, really, ultimately, what's changed?
Shall I announce you're here, or do you want just to go in?
I'll announce myself. It's all good. Both
Stands
good.
up and pushes the gate open with a keypad and kind of says, "Your funeral." Literally.
Wouldn't be the first time they've tried, and they'll just walk in.
Jack will follow.
So, welcome to the Faber estate, I guess.
This is fancy.
Please don't let my mother hear you compliment the building. They'll never hear the end of it.
Oh no, I want to hear everything from your mother. I want to know every little detail, every architectural, just, I want to know it all. I want to know about every pillar, every alcove, every closet, where the crown molding changes.
We're gonna need to know which doors are walls and which walls are doors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're operating on a time limit, but if you want to talk architecture with my mum, you go and do that, and I'll be back to collect you in like a month.
Look, an architectural tour is the best way to case a place, okay? People will talk about every single tiny detail of a structure to you if they think that you're interested in the architecture.
Okay, that's actually a good point. Why have I never tried that?
I don't know.
Oh wait, it's because I grew up here and talking about architecture now just makes me want to walk into a river.
Well, we'll work on that.
Yeah, and they're just gonna lead the way through the house, heading for the garden, like not looking for people per se. Just
Yeah, it's a beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen the styles of a beautiful Spanish villa, but it's exactly that. Very open space, very airy archways, very warm colors with little grottos here and there, usually with fountains or some kind of iconography built into them. Mosaics, stuccos, and stuff like that. It's a very upscaled, well maintained space. And as you lead yourselves into the garden, you see two men kind of leaning into each other, talking quietly, and a very lavish woman kind of leaning back on a chair, hand in the air, talking to these gentlemen. All very high-class beauties within their own right.
I'm home.
One of the gentlemen turns and you see a quirk of an eyebrow and a very warm and welcoming smile before they kind of go to you, Hyacinth, and pull you into the kind of superficial hugs only parents seem to manage. And kind of step back and say, "Welcome home. Your father, mother, and I have been expecting you. You should leave a note for us."
I mean, yeah, but if I did, you'd be more worried at this point, wouldn't you? Because I have did that before.
The other gentleman spoke up. "It's true. You've never left a note, but it can't hurt." And the woman rises and smooths her white dress. "Hi, Sin. Welcome home.
Hi, Mom.
Who are your friends?"
That's Jack. Don't trust her. That's Ashford. Trust them. Yeah, slightly more. That's a dog that ate part of my leg.
Rude.
I mean, am I wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a fine, upstanding citizen. Ma'am, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. It's nice to see those of the Golden March here. You are quite welcome in our home. Nice to welcome you into our home, Miss Jack.
The pleasure is ours, ma'am.
What can we owe this surprise visit from you today, Hyson? We, of course, are always welcomed into the house. We were just not expecting you for another month or so.
Yeah, it is quicker than usual. Don't suppose anything's turned up in the garden recently.
We did acquire, one of your fathers interjects, "We found a fold gate. We were doing some excavations in the garden, and it was buried beneath one of the rose bushes, believe it or not."
I don't believe it, but let's go on.
I would have thought it'd be under lilac bushes.
Lilacs are too invasive. One of Hyacinth's fathers interjects. Their roots are very pointy.
Well, sounds like what we need to look into. Would you mind if we poked around your fold gate for a minute? We've kind of been on a wibbly wobbly time journey, and it's pointed us here. And that is the honest truth.
Could you have said that in a less trustworthy way?
Yeah. I could have.
Go on then.
Really, we're gonna waste time doing this?
Want to hear it?
Thank you so much for welcoming us to your home. We simply need to take a look around your gardens as we are on a quest from the heavens to save mankind.
Okay. Yeah, point made.
Hyacinth's mother tilts her head a bit and looks to Hyacinth. You need to make better friends.
Hey, I'm a great friend.
Oh, I have better friends.
Hey,
You should bring them around more often. I like them.
I know, that's why I don't.
And no, you can't see our food gate. We have a party about to start. In fact, we are happy to have you all here.
a party for what?
Celebration of my birthday, of course. And she kind of flares her hands to the side neatly.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Would have been
Thank
nice to
you.
know.
I agree.
You would have known if you had shown up a week earlier, knowing that this entire month is my birthday.
Wait, you get a
Are we
birthday
doing
for a
the
whole
birthday
month?
month again? That
That's so cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Of course you can, dear. You can do anything you want for the right price.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways, our honored guest, do you want to slip into something more comfortable? My husband and I have an array of outfits you can wear to the party.
Hyacinth, do you want to attend your mom's party?
I mean, it sounds like we're not getting anywhere until we do. By which I mean, yes, Mum, I'd love to come.
Fantastic. It's a white dress only. Your outfits are in your room.
Does it have
Ta-ta.
to actually be a dress?
Oh no, a pantsuit is perfectly
Oh,
comfortable.
thank God. Okay, cool.
Nothing black, I'm afraid.
And just kind of as they step back, they're going to flick the collar of their black and gold jacket up again, just making a point.
Come on, Hyacinth. Why don't you give us an architectural tour?
One of Hyacinth's father perks up and kind of steps forward. An architectural tour? Well, I'll be, as they kind of follow you. If you want to know about this part of the house, as he literally starts giving you a tour of the house.
Oh, Jack will eat it all up.
You
Hyacinth, I
learn a
am
lot.
casing your house right now as we speak. Excellent.
You learn a lot. It's a house that has been built over a few ages, has been gone through a few renovation art movements. The library is for everybody, open access sort of thing, though there is one locked cabinet, and you get the sense that is for the family only. And Hyacinth's father is very warm and welcome, as opposed to the other father and their mother. And he kind of sets down a warm and welcoming spread of food and says, eat while you can. There's only finger food, unfortunately. I tried to convince her to get nice spread, but she won't.
Still on that, is she?
Finger foods are in, apparently. I'm not to oppose your mother about this. She knows more about it than I do. We did get some historical books for you while you were away, though. I thought you might like them. They're in your room.
And just for a moment there, like, even though they're kind of sulking as they sit down, they just smile and just, thanks, Dad.
Kisses the top of your head and looks to you, Jack Nashla. You're welcomed here anytime. Despite my wife and husband's cold demeanor, you are actually very welcomed here.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
He smiles and goes waltzing out of the room to go change into the white dress affair.
So that was my parents.
Well, that one
The other
seems
one?
nice.
Yeah. He is, but I don't know, after a while there's only so much nice you can take.
All right, well. Anything else we should know before this party starts?
I've known this party was happening for literally as long as you did.
Okay. I was meaning as far as, like, is there anything that we could potentially do to piss off your mom? On your behalf?
I mean, probably. I think be unfashionable would be a big one.
I mean, that's off the table. We're such fashionable folk.
I know. It's pointless even asking, really.
What's currently in style right now?
See, you've got me there. I don't pay attention to that. I have literally no clue. I mean, what she was wearing, presumably, because everything has to be, but
Point me towards the closets. I have an idea.
all right. And they just kind of stand up and grab some of the bread off the table. My room's this way. And apparently we have outfits.
You'll head to Hyacinth's room, and as we do so, we'll go to break real quick.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We will be back. Oh gosh, Rightfire, thank you so much for the raid. I'm sorry,
fine,
but
babe.
we're about to go to break. We'll be back in 5
Oh,
to
no.
10 minutes. So don't go nowhere unless it's to grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to thehypegoblin.com and pick up some of the lovely show merch that we have from the show. We will be back shortly. BRB, y'all. for hanging out with us through the break. We are back. Tonight we are playing Numenera, Stars in the Stone. This is episode 9 of our adventure. If you'd like to catch up on the other ones, but you don't want to like watch VODs or go to our YouTube channel, you can go to your favorite podcasting platform of choice and search for Stars in the Stone, and you can find us there. Just don't judge me on the audio quality of the very first podcast, because you know what? This has been a learning experience for me, and they get progressively better, I am told. So please keep that in mind if you choose that option. Also, if this is a viewer affected game, if you'd like to affect our game, you can do so with your bits and your subs to give us non-game breaking perks to play with in the game world. They're perks that we don't really pick up ourselves in the game world because we do choose to let the audience gift them to us. So if you'd like to do that, all the information is down below in the About Me section on Twitch. Just look for Stars in the Stone to read more about what you can gift us. If you cannot affect our game financially, that's fine. We're just really happy that you're here and listening to this outrageous story with us. You can also affect our game with your channel points. So just hang out with us for a few episodes and you can start using those channel points to affect our game as well. Last announcement for those who are joining late in the game, if you would like to upgrade your notebook status for your next D&D, Pathfinder, Warhammer, Vampire the Masquerade, Kids on Bikes game, go check out shop.rookandtheraven.com and use code HYPEGoblin to get 15% off your order. They're a genuinely wonderful company, and I am in regular contact with one of the owners, and both owners are absolutely lovely. I cannot recommend them enough. So if you're interested in upgrading to their modular notebook system, which I think most of us on this screen right now have used in one form or another, I highly, highly recommend them. With that, commercials are over, Jen. It's your rodeo. These are your monkeys. This is your circus. Take us away.
So, you find yourself in Hyacinth's room as the party has started downstairs. Music is playing. You hear people filter in. But you are in a momentary space of relaxation and peace as you have several outfits laid out on the bed and a book with a little bow on top of it for you, Hyacinth said, "From Dad, the best one."
Jack's gonna poke her head out of the closet. Hey, Hyacinth, if I just walk in there naked, what would happen?
You'd get thrown out, and I mean, it'd be funny as hell. So there's that. But
Too
we actually want to
counterproductive.
get to this.
Yeah.
We should probably.
Okay. All right.
How much can you annoy her without getting evicted immediately?
I'll work on it. Jack pops back into the closet, continues rummaging.
Okay. The book that your father has left you is a book of historical note, and it seems to be a brief overview of the last 9,000 years with some what looks to be sticky notes your father has outlined already for you, things he found interesting. Mostly just of helping your days find little cute hearts on several pages, but then it comes into the more analytical side of him with oh, this is neat, have you seen this? And he's making some side notes to that.
Yeah, and honestly, they're not even getting changed at this point. They're just sitting down on the bed looking through this book. Just
you see a thing mostly more towards the front of something your father had pointed out and has found relatively interested in, and he summarizes it kind of in a neat handwriting. It's a notable lack of scientific growth and discoveries are being observed in this historical book. It comments upon how the world is rather safe and that major wars have not appeared in some time. It also mentions the appearance of reality disruptors heralding in new ages, and you get that summary from most of his notes.
Ah. You know, this might actually be relevant. Thanks, Dad. You know, you heard of reality disruptors?
No, but this can disrupt your reality. And Jack is going to walk out in red thigh-high leather boots, high-heeled, of course. A pair of black and white striped trousers that are form-fitting with a blouse covered in a intricate floral silk print that is not the current fashionable neckline, but is in fact a turtleneck with no sleeves, carrying a jacket over her shoulder that is white and floor length.
I forgot I had those boots.
These are nice. Also, we're the same shoe size. We can swap shoes. That's nice.
Honestly, they look better on you than they ever did on me. You know what? Keep them.
Hell yeah, they do. And Jack's just gonna strike a pose. So, what I figure is white floor length coat over the ensemble until we get in the party, and then I just ditch the coat
Dramatic
somewhere.
reveal.
Yeah. Mhm. Also,
I like it.
this top is from like 6 seasons ago, so it's either going to be considered vintage or super out of style. What do you think?
Possibly both.
Do you have any tacky jewelry that I can use? Just layer it on. All of it.
Drawer over there.
Yes! Jack'll layer on jewelry in the most tacky way possible.
Yeah, this book seems to might be talking about what we're dealing with, talking about reality disruptors turning up between ages and not a lot happening in the last 9 millennia, which seems significant. Sounds like the kind of thing we might be dealing with Star Trek Maiden and that.
Potentially. Yeah.
I am hanging on to this book. And they'll just stick it in their satchel and head to the closet to get changed themselves.
Ashlot, what's your outfit plan?
Whatever maybe fits.
That's fair. You know, that is very fair.
Maybe we'll just make a toga out of some drapes.
That someone accidentally steps on. No, wait, that'll get you kicked out. Never mind.
I mean, me being a wardrobe malfunction on me is not the same as on one of you.
That's true. Man, it must be nice to be fully metal.
Depends on
You're
the day.
wearing a full metal jacket.
Yes. Yeah, I may just do that. What color are the drapes in this house?
Salmon pink.
I can work with that. Just dislodge the ones gingerly off the nearest window. Just craft myself a toga.
Jack
Yeah,
will
you
find a
can
nice
come.
brooch to help you secure
Thank
it. Yeah.
Technically, as long as one person is wearing a toga, it's a toga party.
That's true.
Martin just pokes their head around the door at the noise and just, did you just tear down my curtains?
And tear them down.
Gingerly removed.
There are so many rooms in this house that have curtains that aren't my room.
Yeah, but you're not sleeping here regularly.
Yeah.
Did you
No,
actually
but
like this?
occasionally.
I mean, we can put them back. Do you want to put back? We can go steal some other ones.
Whatever.
Okay. Look, our job here tonight is to annoy your mom, not you. So keep that in mind.
Does make a change, and they'll just head back in.
Okay.
Right. Getting dressed and ready for this party. You can head down whenever you want. It is out in the garden, kind of overlooking the river itself. You see the vineyards and stuff from this height, so yeah, it's quite a gorgeous view.
And yeah, when they come out of the closet, they've actually decided to go full fashion and floor length, bias cut white dress, off the shoulder, slits down the side that really show off the massive scar on her leg where a dog ate some of it this morning. It kind of looks like she's dressing to show. Why did I suddenly start using she? I don't know. Kind of looks like they're dressing to show off all their scars because they are.
You look amazing. Do you have any body glitter or gold body paint? Because we can highlight those, and Jack will point to all of your scars.
No, I got some other colors. I don't think I ever had gold paint because I didn't need it. Well, with these, and I just gestured
Eyeshadow?
to. And again, don't need gold eyeshadow. Literally have these, and then just pointing to the circuits burnt into their eyes.
Where's your
I
cosmetics?
don't know. I would fix that. All the cool kids were gold.
That's true. Where are your cosmetics? We'll figure
Table
something
over there with the mirror.
out. Okay. What color cosmetics would Hyacinth have on hand?
Lots of whites and blacks, mostly.
Okay. Jack will take out a teal out of her bag and mix it with a white to make a very like lightish iridescent color. And mix a little bit of that powder with just some simple water. Because I'm assuming that we don't have mixing medium on hand. And very carefully with a very fine liner brush, go around and highlight all of Hyacinth's scars so it looks like they're just slightly glowing. Ah, there we go. What do you think?
I want to say something sarcastic.
Yeah, but it's pretty good, right?
But this is genuinely really nice, thank you.
So my first job when I was really, really young, before I was like expected to work in the fields and stuff, was actually working at my cousin's party company. So we used to go to all of these like rich people parties, and I was working the face paint booth at all of them. So like I could turn you into a tiger right now if you really wanted. Well, not with these colors, but if we got the right stuff, I could do it.
Yeah,
Or if
with
you
those
wanted,
colours, you could turn me into a badger. But
True.
don't.
Hey, badgers are plenty fierce.
That is true. I could do a monotone butterfly.
I think I look good enough as it is.
All right. Well, for next time.
All right, we good to go? We can go and brave whatever this is down here.
I'm ready. Jack,
Can we just
buttons up.
go back to the lake full of time ghosts? That was easier than this.
I mean, the fold gate might take us there. Is there any chance that since the party's in the garden that we might see the fold gate while the party's going on?
I mean, yeah, do you have the stars in your pocket?
Oh no, they're
'Cause,
currently in my
like,
bra.
Oh yeah, that was. What?
These
Bra
pants don't have
pocket, same
pockets.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm ditching the coat, I can't put them in the coat pockets. So you know.
What is a brab's return to pockets?
Exactly. It's the ultimate stash spot.
All right, let's go make a grand entrance.
All right.
You enter into the garden, and your mother is the center of attention. And when you all arrive, there's a hush over the beautiful candlelit garden. And you see a couple of the waiting staff, serving staff, kind of pause and look towards your mother, look towards the four of you before they carry on. And your mother has this kind of quiet and tight smile before she relaxes and says, "Everybody, my child is home. Hyacinth has returned from their adventures and has brought friends from below, as well as a well-established mercenary from the march. Please welcome them." And there's a smattering of quiet clapping as your mother kind of sweeps towards you, nodding her head every now and then before she kind of stands in front of you, Hyacinth, and looks you over, looks Jack over, looks Ashalot over. Didn't expect less, but here we are.
Good to know we passed inspection.
I'm just glad you're closed.
Look, that was one time.
Technically, if you never expect anything, you're always above expectation.
He gives you a look, Jack.
Jack gives the sweetest smile.
And then turns back to Hyacinth. You behaved during the party. And consider staying longer this time. We do miss you.
I know. I'll see what I can do.
Smiles and reaches up and pulls you into a gentle kiss on your forehead. Despite her very cold exterior, she does care in a way, in the way she's capable of caring. She squeezes your hand before she turns around and goes off to be a socialite once more. And a quick glance around Hyacinth, you see in the far back of the rose garden is the fold gate, kind of elevated and clean and polished. You do see a scientist kind of fiddling and working on it.
Okay.
I mean, if you really want, we could just leave it here, you know?
Nah. We've got a thing to do. I'll come see them again before too long after this is done.
All right.
And don't let that bit fool you. She's exactly what you thought she was to begin with. That's
Oh, no, we're at a party. That was for show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I've been to plenty of these things. All right. So where to first?
I mean, gates that way, unless you particularly want to mingle with everybody here who I think on some level I'm supposed to know, but I really, really don't.
That's, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't really want anyone to know that we were here.
I mean, I feel like the whole announcement bit just then may have ruined your chances.
But they don't know Ashalot and I by name, so that we have going for us. As long as we don't have to introduce ourselves to folks, I am A-okay. Looking over at the fold gate. Do I see the scientist that's over there?
Yeah, they're not hiding, they're working.
Do they look like one of the Declisian scientists?
It's hard to tell. To be honest, most scientists kind of look the same in a white lab coat.
Okay, there's no like distinctive like emblem or anything.
Not from this far away.
So we know Virda's family has ties to the Declisians. Just yours?
That I'm aware of? No. Would I be surprised? Even less.
So do we think that that's a Declisian scientist over there or someone else's?
I mean, at this point, what does it matter? They probably know where we are anyway. But we came here through the Transport Guild tunnels. Like,
That's fair.
they were probably watching that.
All right. Well, should we try and sneak our way over there?
Yeah, let's see how much of this party we can dodge.
Sounds good to me. Although, if we can take some of that finger food with us, it does look kind of good. Just saying.
Oh yeah, the food will absolutely be worth it. It's always
Yeah.
the only bit worth coming to these for.
Are there waiters like walking around with like trays and stuff?
Oh yeah, there's waiters carrying drinks. There's waiters carrying various finger foods that are easy to pick up, little plate things, stuff like that.
As we pass one of the waiters, Jack's just gonna, you know what? I will just take that off your hands. Thank you so much. Okay, go get another one, and just walk away with like a tray full of cocktail weenies or something.
It's such a neat little tomato soups and grilled cheese sticks that you can dip into like these little cocktail cups.
All right, I got our snacks.
Smooth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is that kind of anything that would prevent us getting into the Rose Garden, or?
No, the garden is open. There aren't really gates except for the outside perimeter to prevent people wandering onto the property. Your father maintains the garden. He really likes the open space access, something that kind of organically flows. And you get the sense that he moved some things around to organically accommodate this strange new thing in his garden.
All right. I almost hate to go and mess with things over there. I mean, I will, but just to feel a little bit bad, that counts for something, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're mostly decent.
Do you know? I'll take that.
I mean, that's a high
It's been
compliment
years
coming
since
from me.
anyone's called me probably mostly decent.
I mean, you haven't tried to kill me yet. Well, I mean, last night almost, or this morning almost killed me. But I don't blame either of you for that. Or Crocodog. Crocodog's best dog. Best
I
crocodile
kind
dog.
of like. I blame the dog a little bit, but yeah.
Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Did we dress up Crocodog?
If there was any kind of small hat, definitely.
What?
There's a small hat.
What does Crocodog's small hat look like, Ashla?
I was hoping for some kind of fez or like a little fascinator hat.
That works, yeah. It's a nice bright blue fez with a bright green tassel.
I love it.
Adorable. I love party pets.
You can't tell if Crocodog likes it or has just accepted that it's on them. Either way, they've not removed it.
I feel like Crocodog is just in a general state of acceptance. This party.
That level of zen.
Yeah. All right. Well, can we just walk over there, or should we just cause a scene?
I mean, I'm probably the less stealthy out of all of us, so if you need me to cause a scene, I can do that.
I mean, that might be an idea. I mean, we don't know what the gate's going to do when we get to it, but at the same time, if the gate's going to send us somewhere, I should really be all of us.
Yeah. Okay. Plan A, we just walk over casually, like we know where we're going, and plan B, one of us causes a distraction.
I like those plans.
Okay. We're getting better at this planning thing. We should do it more often.
It's all practice. It's bloody
Right?
practice.
Practice makes perfect. I'm gonna set my now empty tray down somewhere as we walk. through the party.
Where did those go?
I was hungry. We only had coffee.
There were like 20 of those.
Yeah. Did you know that you can eat 3 at once? Let's get
Very
another
nice
tray.
tangy tomato sauce with a very nice basil cheese sandwich.
But still, what did I tell you? Best part of these parties.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the best part of any party.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Another trades. A Wardolph salad in a cup.
How many of these do you think I can fit in my mouth at once?
I would hate to put a number on it.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Excuse me, let me roll a d20 real quick. For science. Four. She goes for the 5th one and can't quite do it.
Yeah, Wardolph salads are a bit chunky.
Welcome to our Numenera game, everybody. It's a very serious game about a science fiction adventure.
Are you done? Can we go and do the thing, or
You have a few party goers just watching you sipping their champagne.
Are you watching?
They whisper to each other before they kind of leave.
I thought making a scene was Plan B.
That wasn't a scene. Are you kidding me? That was just annoying 3 people. I mean, I could make making a scene Plan A.
Let's not rearrange them just.
Okay, fine. Set down the tray of salad. The worst finger food ever.
And yeah, as we get close, I would like to mind read the guard. Not guard, scientist.
You mind read the scientists, and you get the sense that they're very focused on calculations. You see them doing the math mean basically in their head, very long and complex equations. And every now and then you get the thought of, that can't be right. I'm doing it wrong, am I? There seems some hesitancy, and then you feel them kind of reassure themselves with their notes. And they're doing it right, but you also seem to know they're missing something.
Okay, they feel legit. I'm
What does
only
that
half
mean?
sure. I'm getting a. I don't know if it's because of that weird time lake we were in or what, but ever since then it's like I can see a little bit of what people are thinking. I mean, seeing things is kind of my whole thing already, so I shouldn't be that surprised, but I don't know, it's cool. And scientist over there seems to be, I don't know, doing scientist things. So there's that at least.
All right. So should we get rid of them?
I mean, we could just go and talk to them.
Well, yeah, I mean to get rid of them, but like tell them to like go get, I don't know, the finger foods or something.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just jumping straight to murder. That's okay.
No, when have I ever jumped straight to murder? That's not my thing.
Fine. I thought you were jumping straight to blowing him up.
I mean, maybe a little bit as a treat. Just a little explosion.
Yeah, maybe
That could
somewhere
be
my
the
parents
distraction.
can't see. Yeah, if we need to go to Plan B, I know you've got that covered.
Fuck yeah. Can we go to Plan B? Please?
No,
Please?
B comes after A.
A just passed us by. I think we need to go straight on to B. Before A has a chance to fully
Hey.
fail. A. Jack just finger guns at Ashlot.
I see the flaws in this logic.
Hyacinth's just gonna roll her eyes after a second and just walk off, heading towards the scientist.
You do so, Hyacinth, as Jack and Ashlot are finger gunning.
Just walk up to them like, "Hey, that's quite impressive."
Scientist will stand and kind of adjust their glasses on his face, and he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty something. I haven't seen this one in a few ages. Nice to do some research on it. Something at long last, you know."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, research is nice enough. Wouldn't you rather be off enjoying the party? Skate's going to be here for a while, surely.
I was asked to do the research now, and I only have a time slot for now. And your mother didn't quite invite me and my team into the party, so.
Isn't that just like, see, we didn't even want to come and she invited us in.
I think being related to the Mistress in the Mouse House is a bit different than being the scientists who look
Well,
at the technology she finds.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, how's the research going on it? Feel like you got everything you need to know from it, or?
Largely so. We understand that this is only a one-way fault gate. There isn't a connection back from wherever this goes to here. So we are looking to set up a temporal stasis, but that's a few days off.
What's a temporal stasis? Is that like a pasta?
Tyson, you see the science just kind of stiffen, and you get a flash because your thing is still up of a thought across their mind of what the fuck as they turn their head. And Jack, you meet the eyes of your youngest brother.
Hi! Alec, hi! I'm just gonna... So how are you?
What
You
are
know
you
him?
doing here?
You're a scientist now. Last time I saw you, you were like a whole foot shorter and you didn't have one of your front teeth.
Survived. Things changed.
Yep.
You left.
Yep.
Farm suffered after you left.
Well, you know, I'm sure mom and dad figured it out. Y'all had it under control. It's not like I was ever needed in the first place. So you're a big brain person now, huh? That's great. Why don't you go take the night off? Why don't you go just run and tell the family that
Why
I'm
should
here?
I tell you? Why should I? Why?
Looks like you've been working hard, you know? Night off. Probably be good for you. Don't want your brain to get too big.
They sold half of the farm to pay for my tuition because they were in need of help.
I mean, they could have just hired someone to help run the farm.
You were the help.
Look, I'm sorry that from your perception, things went to shit after I left, but that's not the life I wanted for myself. And it's not the life that any of us should have been told that we had to leave just for the sake of being born. Okay? So, look, they had to make some sacrifices because one of their kids didn't want to fall in line with the rest of the clan. Sorry. That's just how the cookie crumbles. I love you. I'm glad that life has worked out for you, but I really don't need the moral judgment of my little brother.
My moral judgment? He kind of pauses and says, notepad down. My moral judgment. Did you know our older brother keeps the tab on you?
Figured he tried as much.
Mm-hmm. The moral judgments don't come from me when I'm looking at a mirror, reflecting back at itself.
Yeah, well, why don't you and everyone just stay on my fucking business? Go take the night off. Trust me. You don't want to be involved with me or anything else that I have going on.
I'm literally the lead scientist on the fold gates on the above. I can't leave.
Fine, then at least stand out of our way. We got work to do.
How are you gonna make it work?
Stand back and watch.
Picks up his notebook and steps back, watching with curiosity. His ire kind of cooling a bit.
Okay, before we do, what was she like as a kid?
Fuck off.
You like to collect rocks a lot? Little blue ones. She stuck one up her nose.
That all tracks.
Whatever. Get your stones out. Let's see if we can do this. Jack's gonna take the 2 stones out of her pocket and hold them up to the fold gate.
Yeah, Harrison fishes out the other 2 they've got in their dress. All right, here we go.
See the shimmer of the brass kind of ripple like water before you look into what looks to be a gray hole extending beyond the point you can see, and what looks to be another door on the far side. It seems to be well lit by unknown sources of light, and Alex kind of leans forward and tilts his head and opens his book and writes down a few things. It's a one-way gate.
Yeah, I know. That's why I told you to stand back.
What is this?
That's what we're gonna find out.
Pause and turn to Hyacinth and Nashlat. Will you tell me at least?
Mate, I wish I knew. I have no idea where this is going to take us. But you know what? I'll prefer it to him.
I mean, what are those keys?
Look. The less you know, the better. All right? Keep your nose in your books. Study this thing until you're blue in the face. But the less questions you ask us, the better. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole for once.
And besides, give it like 3 days and one way or the other, this will all be over.
Okay. Several things. One, I'm not going to let this go. 2, can I wait until I have a way to bring you back?
You said that
All
was
of
a few
you?
days away, right?
Yeah, it's a few days.
That's more than we've got.
It was good to see you, Alec. Go home. Take the night
What
off.
What am I supposed to say?
You don't have to say anything. Just turn and walk away and forget you saw me here.
He reaches out and kind of touches the back of your hand gently. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Jack's gonna walk through the gate.
You start to walk through the gate. You feel Alex kind of tug you back and pull you into a tight hug. Much taller than you last remember him. And he kind of steps back and nods a bit before he sits down his notebook and says, I like champagne, you know, it's pretty good. He gives a small smile and starts to turn, but stops as he looks to your immediate left behind your shoulder, up into the sky. And you see his brow furrow in kind of an intense intensity. And he just says, oh, fuck.
Jack looks into the sky.
Into the sky, and you see upside down pyramids floating, hovering in the sky, scattered across the pale blue azure that is the dying of the light. There are thousands of them.
Okay, so maybe the pyramid wasn't the Oblivion Observatory?
Yeah.
Alec, go
Seems
home right
like-
now.
Looks to you with a sharp snap of his gaze and then
Go.
nods a bit. Okay.
Get the
And
family
if you-
together and find someplace safe.
And if you run into
Okay.
my parents on the way, tell them. I don't know. Tell them I said sorry.
Okay. He'll give a nod to you, Ashla, and then kind of pat Crocodile gently before running away.
All right. We going through the gate, or are we staying here to find out what the fuck happens next?
Really don't think what happens next is anything good.
Find the next stone. Maybe we can stop it.
Probably. I mean, we'd need to get through Rage yet as well. But anyway, let's not think about that. Let's just do this thing, shall we?
Baby steps.
Baby steps through that.
Is there anything you would like to do before you go into this gate, as this is a point of no return?
Nope.
No.
Step through the fold gate, and it closes behind all of you, barring your entrance and return back home. The stone before you is smooth and gray, and the walls are textured in a way that almost comes off as if it were velvet. Light pours in these narrow slits that hang high above your head and push in pale yellow light. It's warmer here. Quiet. And there's a door on the other side of the hall.
Why is it always hallways and doors?
I really don't know at this point. Honestly, the door is the thing here I trust least, but I guess that's where we're going.
Right? Okay. Onward.
I mean, and they look behind them and just backwards doesn't seem to be going, so onward it is.
Going backwards was never my thing. Jack will start
Or
moving
we could
forward.
just stand in this corridor and wait for the world to end.
Come on.
Proceed forward, and each step carries a weight. Different for each of you. What each of you hold or fancy, it's different. Responsibility, the desire to move forward, knowledge, adventure, finding a moment of understanding. But each step echoes this choice you are making collectively. And you reach for the door, smooth and wooden, made of oak. An iron handle waiting to be turned.
Do you want to watch fly?
Go for it.
Yeah, and before they can think again, they're just going to reach out and turn the hand.
Turns in a satisfying click. Looser than one would expect. But it swings open, no sound to it. And what greets you is the intensity of the desert. Harsh, rolling sands, and a scorching heat.
Well, I guess at least I'm dressed for it.
I hate the desert. Sand gets everywhere.
Plus, those heroes are going to be fun. Good luck.
Do we see any structures at all?
Maybe an intelligence perception roll.
We'll also do that.
Oh, that was a 1. Can't wait for that GM intrusion.
15 with specialized, so 21.
All right. Jack, you are still reeling from the encounter with your brother, his misunderstanding of the situation, and his childhood skewed in perception to yours. You think you see him out there on the dunes. Far, far to the right, where you, Hyacinth, see directly in front of you, about maybe 1,000 yards or so, tall structural wall with a pinpoint slit carved up the middle.
All right.
Did that little shit get himself pulled through the gate too? Jack's looking off in the opposite direction.
What?
Isn't that my brother?
Is your brother a tumbleweed?
Oh, is that a tumbleweed? I've been meaning to get glasses. I haven't gotten them yet.
Yeah, you should. You should do that.
Huh. Yeah, maybe it is. All right, I'm a little less pissed right now.
And they're just going to kind of grab Jack by the shoulders and turn her to look at the wall.
Oh, that structure. Yeah, that is pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it is. And only seems to be that one opening in it, so I guess we know where we're going.
Yeah. Ashlot, have you seen anything like that in your travels?
Storyteller, have I seen something like that in my travels?
You've traveled the desert a fair amount. You know about the Fourth Age memorandums. They are kind of buildings that have been long abandoned and are used as markers for your travels, as they are fairly indestructible and more easy to find in a desert location. You've heard rumors of a wall like this, but never come across it personally. You know the stories around it to be the desert vault, something as a mean of storage, something as a mean of way of preservation for the collapsing of civilization, or a way to offer shelter for people who've come out this far. But you also know the desert vault is deep, deep in the desert, and to get here is a lot of resources, a lot of time, and a lot of people just don't come out this way because of the cost. So it's kind of a story-based rumor that you would know of.
Cool. So I will relay all of that.
So it's a good thing that I still have all my rations from our last excursion then.
Definitely.
Okay. I guess we start trudging towards that. How far does it appear to be again?
By a bit over half a mile.
Oh. Onwards, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be there in no time.
Only way to go.
I mean, those of us who aren't wearing stiletto heels will be there in no time.
Look. They were a good party boot, okay?
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not arguing. They were my boots.
Jack is in the worst possible outfit for being in the desert.
Yeah.
Can I carry Jack? Because otherwise, she's just gonna sink in somewhere.
Yeah, you are big enough and strong enough to basically carry somebody smaller than you.
Okay, but is it piggyback ride, or am I sitting on your shoulders like a little kid?
Or
Definitely on the shoulders,
Yes!
holding Crocodog.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I approve.
Yeah, Hyacinth's just looking at the wall, looking over at the wall, and then just kind of turns around and sees this, just like,
What, are you jealous that I'm taller than you now?
I mean, a little.
You would notice Hyacinth, the door that you came through is no longer there.
Why do they keep disappearing behind us?
One way only, so it makes sense that they don't show up in the spot that they dump you in.
You'd think it wasn't hard to have a door that went both ways. That's how, like, I've studied some history in my time, and I'm pretty sure that's how doors for the majority of human history have worked. But no.
I mean, it depends on the hinges. Some doors swing both ways. Some doors only swing one way. Some
Yeah, but you
doors
can-
just like to go up and down. Like
You could usually pull the door from the other side. Why didn't they build?
sometimes it's a pocket door. Sometimes it's those doors that swing together at once. Sometimes it's the kind that spins around in a circle. Technically, those can go either way, but usually the hinges prefer that you push one way over the other.
I was about to say something sarcastic about the lecture on the history of doors, but I kind of brought that on myself, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What were we talking about again?
Do you know what? I don't remember. Let's just walk.
You start walking, and the wind is pushing across the sand, kind of creating this soft hissing sound across it. And occasionally you see the rise of sharp rocks kind of jutting out of the sand, volcanic in nature possibly, or just weather worn. It's hard to tell. Sharp edges are something you'll have to be mindful of, as tripping over them will cause injury. But as you kind of push through, the wind is not dying down. Tyson, as you're the more observant of your group, see a desert sandstorm bearing down on you quickly. Just pushing rapidly in from the left.
Okay, that is bad. Pick up the pace, people. And yeah, just gonna start fully running.
All right. I need to start running. I need Ashlot and Hyacinth to make me a speed defense roll, as you are going against terrain that is difficult and impeded by a sandstorm. Jack, you'll need to make me a strength defense roll to hold on to Ashlot, as the wind is quite strong.
I rolled a 9.
All right.
And I guess with the +1 to that roll, that's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 3.
All right. Hyacinth, you move quickly and easily, but your feet get caught against some stone, tearing against your shoes, and your outfit's not the best against desert power, more or less, and you get some damage from these environmental rocks, and I would say you take 2 points of slashing damage or 2 points of damage from these rocks as they kind of claw their way across your skin. Ashalot, you're nimble. You know desert power. You were built in desert power. Fuck this environment. You are good to go. However, you realize Jack has slipped off your shoulder, and Jack, you take 5 points of damage as you hit the rock.
Yowie.
The storm is encroaching and will start causing you all physical damage if you don't find shelter soon.
Jack will scramble to her feet and try to run.
How far are we from the vault?
You have a good half-mile to run. And the storm is moving quicker than people.
Is there anything around that could serve as shelter on the way, or?
Make me a quick perception check or intelligence check.
I can do that. 9 + 6 is 15.
Glance quickly around and see what looks to be a small opening, big enough for all of you to shimmy into, kind of off the path you are traveling, but it would offer shelter as it's kind of down and below what the storm would go through.
Okay, everyone, get in there. We're not going to make it over there in time. Just...
I'm trying. Jack is running on her tiptoes.
Can I try to pick Jack back up to take her with me faster?
Yeah, you can scoop Jack up easily enough. You're big and strong enough, Ashla, to just scoop her up like a football and American football and hightail it to this spot. Rugby, there we go. That's a term we can all relate to.
Excuse me, I demand to be princess carried.
Too late.
Sorry, there was just a spider crawling across my notes and I was wondering why. Anyways. But you make it into this shelter, and after a few quick adjustments of your eyes, you realize this is a person-built shelter. There are walls that are far too stable and smooth to be naturally made, and you see further back there's another set of doors. They look to be as if they were pressure held in the way that some science doors are kind of pressure held and need a release to open.
Jack is gonna run to the door and start banging at it. Hello? Let us in? Hello? Help!
No, you knock and there's no answer. There are no lights on here. Long abandoned, possibly.
Is there a control panel?
Look around and there's a release button. Green, round. Smack it, and there's a sharp hiss as the doors try to open and only get halfway.
Is it enough that we can like get our hands in and try to push them open or squeeze through?
Probably enough for you to shove them open with some effort.
Ashlot, I need muscle. Help.
I will do my one job.
Muscle.
Yeah, make me a strength.
Ooh,
there, Ashlot.
That's a 20 for those of you at home.
Nice. Yeah, you just kind of take these doors and just shove them to the side. You hear a pretty winding creak and something breaks within the wall. These doors are permanently stuck open now.
The plan
I
all
want to
along.
tell you that's actually really impressive.
Right?
Not enough.
Oh,
Very impressive. Can you open just all the doors? Can just from here on out. Let's just
I'm happy to.
okay.
Can also open the walls.
That's right. We should open some walls.
so what is there beyond the door?
Beyond the door seems to be a outpost or a ranger's post sort of setting. Bare essentials, a couple beds. It's built for survival. Somebody purposely built this as a survival shelter. As for the deserts are unpredictable. And a quick look around, you see what looks to be old stores of rations, water that's still fairly good, and what looks to be breathing apparatuses for working and walking through desert.
Jack's gonna look over the breathing apparatuses to check that they're still functional.
Yeah, they're still functional. Seems like even though they're an older make, they still function as a way to filter out sand from the eyes, nose, and mouth.
Well, these should come in handy.
Well, yeah, but I've already got, and they'll touch. They've still got the like glass and metal collar of their authority helm on, which, yeah, they just kind of slowly realize that they could have just used that and walked through the sandstorm and not cared, and just, I don't need one of those. I've already got
Yeah, you've got that. I do not. But you should probably take one just in case.
Yeah, belt and braces, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Ashlot, do you have to breathe at all?
No.
Huh. Maybe you should take one to not clog up sensors?
And getting into your circuits probably isn't the best idea.
I'll take one, just to be sure.
Further look around, there is a change of what looks to be survival gear, clothes, a spare pair of boots that probably just need a bit of a patching up.
All right. Well, this will do the job, I guess. So, what do y'all think? Stay here and wait it out?
Well, one way or the other, I need to get changed.
Yeah. These are nice, but not for the current terrain.
Yeah, sorry I didn't think to stock my closet with desert survival gear for the party.
You know, I'll excuse it just this once, but next time.
Shame.
Next
Shameful
time.
oversight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still taking him with us, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like I said, it suit you.
Jack will find a bag that she can repack when she's wearing it too and swap some of the clothes in here. I'm just mad that I never got to do the grand reveal of my outfit for your mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, next time.
I mean, extremely optimistic of you to think there'll be a next time, but you know what? I respect the spirit.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? That gate went one way. We might be walking towards another gate that just goes one way and plops us right back into your, I don't know, vegetable patch this time, maybe? Maybe we'll jump out with the carrots. Or the Brussels sprouts.
God, I hope not. My dad gets very precious about his vegetable patch.
Mm. Well. Oh, well.
Yeah, Hanson's just going to duck into a side room of whatever kind just to get changed into whatever clothes they can find that fit.
All right. As you all do that, the wind picks up and howls and whistles. You hear the storm bear down on you. Desert storms can last quite a while, and this one is no exception. You'll
Can
be
I
here
try
for 5
to-
hours.
Whilst we're waiting, can I try to repurpose the drape toga into some sort of cover or barrier to keep out at least some of the storm?
Yeah, I mean, you're into a shelter far enough, but if you want to rebar the door that was keeping this part of the shelter closed off from the outside, yeah, that's easy enough to do for you.
Well,
So,
The dog will help you the best they can.
they're my
Crocodile.
foreman.
Crocodile is there for supervision in all things. Well, what do y'all think? Take a nap while we can?
I mean, what a lot else we can do.
I mean, we could sing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
And I could walk it out into the sandstorm, never to return. These are all things we could do.
I mean, it was just a suggestion. If we didn't want to take a nap, we could do that. Could also sing the song that never ends.
It's
Oh, we
more of
have
a
to talk about
travel
how your
song.
brother ended up at my family's party.
Apparently he's a scientist now. It's been like 10 years since I've been home, okay? I have no idea how he ended up there. I don't know what half the family's doing, except for, having sold half the farm. That's new information.
Oh my god, what if they sold the farm to my pops? Like, that's worryingly plausible.
I mean, that's their fucking decision. Your family's running it. Maybe they're running it any better than my parents did. I don't know.
I mean, like, I'd hope so, but if Viridia is showing us anything, it's that I don't think any of us actually know what our family are doing. Ashla, if you've got any family, we're going to run into it at any moment, because then we can complete the set, I guess.
No idea.
I met Ashlet's family. Those 3 wonderful folk from the
Well,
from the
yeah.
march. Right? Technically, that's your family.
Technically, yeah.
Found family. That counts. Also, GGK, thank you for the raid. Hey, everybody. Yeah, no, I don't know what Alec was doing there. Smart kid when he was younger. I don't know. Guess
Did you call him Smart Alec when you were younger?
once or twice. He might have tried to punch me in the nose once. But I don't know. Just hopefully with whatever he has going on, he made it back and warn them all about whatever the fuck that was in the sky. That was more than one pyramid. We only saw the stones only showed us one pyramid. One fuck off pyramid is like, okay, we'll deal with that. But a whole sky full of fuck off pyramids. Now I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, it was only showing us one field on fire, but I think that was a bit more widespread than that, so...
Right? So I thought they were showing an alternate reality, not ours.
I mean, maybe it is, but it's what an alternate reality that happens to have turned up in the sky.
That'd be some weird time shit. You know, we're asking what when we should be asking is when.
Huh. I didn't think of that.
I'm going to try not to think of that, because I wish I had answers for you, and I really don't. And I am going to wait this storm out and probably go and have a nap, because I just ran across all of that, and ow.
You two should definitely sleep while you can. I can keep watch.
All right. If you need anything, just wake me up.
Will do.
Jack will pull the now discarded coat over her like a blanket.
As you're hanging up this makeshift curtain, your foot kind of hits something on the ground that kind of kicks it out of the sand that it was previously buried under.
Ooh, what do I see with my special eyes?
You see what looks to be a data cube.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Pick it up. It's odd, a bit different from the other ones, but it's still a data cube. More intact than the others.
Cool.
Tyson, as you go to rest your head, thoughts lingering towards the historical book your father gave you. Those thoughts linger as sleep encroaches upon both you and Clever Jack, and night pulls itself across the sky as, after a long 5 hours, the storm dies and leaves nothing but a renewed and rebirthed desert, smooth, simple, and clean.
Oh, that was the best nap I ever had.
Do you have to wake up from it so loudly?
Oh, I'm sorry, was I being loud?
Uh,
Well, I mean, I could be even louder if you really want. I can go to full volume immediately.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Sounds like the storm's died down.
Yeah, I think that's what woke me. It was kind of like white noise. Ashlot, anything weird happen?
Found the data cube.
Another one?
Huh.
Huh.
God, they're just popping up everywhere.
Yeah. You didn't happen to find anything that could read it, did you?
Not thus far.
Jack's gonna dig around in the room. Is there anything else here that could read that?
It's a survival room. It's not meant for large scale technologies like that. Anything that could read it wouldn't be found here. This is survival.
Well, maybe we can find something in that structure. Doesn't appear to be anything here, but some expired rations. Don't put those ones in your bag. Use the other ones. And I think this was a shirt at one time. I'm not quite sure.
And you're not adopting it? I thought clothes we found in millennia-old cupboards was kind of your thing.
Yeah, not when they look like this. And Jack's gonna hold up whatever the garment was, and it's more like tattered threads than whatever it was at one point.
Desert isopods had gotten the better of it.
Yeah. I think that's a sleeve on that part, but I'm not sure. Anyways. Should we carry on?
Again, doesn't look like we've
Absolutely.
got a way back.
Let's head on out.
Step out into the cold desert air. The sky is smattered with stars that are obscured by these upside down pyramids that linger and contrast against the night. There's more of them. Seems to be spreading. Whatever they are.
Okay,
Ahead
that
of
is
you,
even
it's-
more than it was. That seems probably not good.
I mean, when has any part of this journey been good?
I don't know, we got some good food out of it.
That is true.
Lots of good stories.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So it hasn't all been bad, but it hasn't all been great either.
You are not wrong.
All right. Don't look up. Don't worry about the stars that keep appearing. Keep trudging forward. Got it.
Trudge forward and come to this break in the wall that seems to arch up in its own gateway portal. And the portal is in the sense that it folds and steps in on itself as if looking at a Gothic architectured styled church. Those type of portals. Beautifully carved and beautifully shaped, decorated with things long past, of things long forgotten. Knowledge of 8 ages carved. And you see the 9th one is nearly completed.
That is quite the decor.
I could write books on this on its own.
That's
God.
yep. Think anyone's here?
I simultaneously hope so and massively hope not.
Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll just find the final star here.
Yeah, I'll just be there sitting on the ground the moment we go through the door.
I mean, this part of the trip has made me anxious, so I feel like, you know, if the anxiety starts here, then, you know, it's gonna be kind of fitting. I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, I feel like anxiety is probably a reasonable reaction to the sky being full of fragile floating pyramids.
Yeah, that's a thing. Is there a? Do you see a door anywhere that we can go knock on?
It's in front of you.
Oh. Ashlot, would you like to do the honors?
I am the one who knocks.
Mhm.
I would like to open this door. Storyteller.
All right. As you reach for the door, as soon as your fingers touch it, Ashlot, it just melts like snow.
Oh. What'd you do to it?
Oh.
You are good at doors.
Yeah.
I didn't even touch it. I guess my reputation precedes me.
Tell me impressed.
Is it just where Ashlot touches the door that it melts away? Or is it the whole door is now gone?
The door's gone.
I will lead the way in.
I'd like to poke the door frame.
Poke the door frame. It's sandstone, rough beneath your fingers.
Lay my whole hand against the door frame.
Warm, probably from the desert.
Okay, so the walls, the door frame at least, I can't speak for the walls, but the door frame does not melt away. Science. Wait for me.
Step into this space, and it's a round sort of room with 4 sort of archways. 5, excuse me, sort of archways, and above you is a singular beam of light, kind of casting a natural glow from the moon into this space. And as you kind of glance around, only the central archway seems to have a door, and the rest of them seem to have what looks to be holding spaces carved neatly into each wall. There's a groove kind of leading between the center of this archway, the one that's more focused in the middle, to what looks to be a pillar in the middle of the room, bathed by natural moonlight.
Okay. What do you think goes in there? Jack's gonna point to these holding bay areas.
I mean, storyteller, what kind of size are the holding areas?
Small and round.
I mean, there's 4 of them. We've got 4 stars.
Okay, but what if we stick the stars in there and then we lose the stars?
Then we'd be stuck here with no idea what was going on, as opposed to where we are now, which is stuck here with no idea what's going on.
Okay. Are there any markings that tell which goes in which hole?
You look at them and there's no obvious markings, but you can roll me an intelligence check.
Because that's been going so well for me.
I'm gonna do a heckin' smart, I promise you.
Do a hecking smart, all of you.
Can I roll understanding Numenera on this?
I
I
got
would
a
vote,
17.
yeah. Nice.
Hey, you are clever.
I'm clever right now.
23
Oh my gosh, y'all are so smart.
with the natural 20.
Very nice. Jack, you are examining each of these, and you start clicking it together and start pacing it together. And Hyacinth, you're a bit quicker on the draw, but eventually both of you come to the same conclusion. It's possibly in the order you found them.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, each one basically led us to the next, so
This is like the equivalent of making your password 1234, but I agree.
yeah. I mean, it's the equivalent to making a password 1234, but then hiding your number keys behind things that will kill you.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. All right. Well, let's do this.
The fifth archway doesn't hold anything. It's simply a door.
You want to go through that first?
I don't know about first. What if it... I mean, it's in the middle of these other four. What if it's waiting for us to bring the other four here?
I would like to stick my head through the archway.
Not so much stick your head through it as the door is kind of flush with the archway. You're kind of feeling all over it. Your hand kind of brushes across letters.
Oh, it says something here. Hang on. Dusty.
As your hand brushes the dust away, it just says a simple word. Emily. And we'll end there for tonight.
Jen, what? Oh boy. Why is Emily's name on the door?
Spoopy.
It's getting spoopy. Okay. Oh.
We go into our outros now.
Yeah, do the thing with the stuff. Sorry, my brain is trying every single time, for those who are just joining us, every single time Jen ends one of these sessions, my brain just goes blank because mind blown. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Do the thing.
Hi guys, I'm the DM and I'm going to champion the Little Princess Trust. They're a nonprofit organization that focuses on providing real hair wigs to children who go through childhood cancers or lose their hair through other medical needs. They have provided well over 12,000 wigs and they're still going. It's a good charity. Check them out.
So greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again. I've been Velvet, playing Ashlot, and the charity I want to highlight for this section is the Trevor Project. They do a lot of amazing work making kind of mental health care and other resources accessible to LGBTQI plus youth, which is, desperately needed at all times, but especially with a lot of the way that things are going in certain places right now.
Yeah. And in a similar vein, I'm here championing Belfast Trans Resource Centre, the only trans-run, trans-operated charity for queer people currently just in Northern Ireland, but they're trying to do outreach work across the UK. Really, we need organisations like them more than ever right now, with kind of rising tide of anti-trans hostility, which is super fun and not at all concerning, but they do good work.
Absolutely. And normally I would be talking about the trevorproject.org, but since Velvet was so kind to take care of that for me tonight, I will be talking about the Rainbow Railroad. I highly recommend checking them out. I learned about them for the first time during Pride from Katie and Fear. They are a global organization that helps people who are being persecuted for who they are, who they love, just for being persecuted for their very existence. Get to places where they can live a life where they are happy, open, and free to be who they are meant to be. Definitely check them out. They're absolutely wonderful. Also, welcome everybody who rated in today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It was so great to see some new faces come into chat tonight. If you want to catch up with this fantastic game, we have a podcast version out. Just search Stars in the Stone on any podcasting platform. That's all I have to say after the game. Drink some water, eat something healthy, take your meds if you've forgotten. And last but not least, if there is someone important to you in the world that you have not told is important, do you reach out to them tonight and say so. We're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Gehenna Gaming. They are playing Alien. So you know what? We're going to drop you off with some more science fiction. Everybody hit that join the raid button and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.